I'm going to ask you some more political questions because things have been a pretty hot temperature
Oh,
at
yeah.
this point. That's what we're going to do, and I'd like to hear you too, Wildheart. Obviously, Donald Trump was almost assassinated. By the grace of God and a miracle, he turned his head within a moment to be able to still be here today. How do you feel about that? And also, do you feel like the Democrats incited this from the constant violent speech that they've done on the news and media and everything else?
Yeah, I've been watching the rhetoric around Trump since he entered politics in 2015, almost a decade ago, and the Democrats and the woke leftists, they definitely have been creating the environment for an assassination attempt on Donald Trump to take place. Honestly, I'm surprised it took so long to occur. Because you go back to 2015 and especially 2016, Democrats and woke leftists have been claiming that Donald Trump is basically Hitler. He's Orange Hitler. He's a threat to democracy. He's a threat to America. He has to be taken out. You have to confront him and his supporters in the streets, and you have to engage in all manner of blatantly illegal activity in order to stop him. Even in the couple of weeks leading up to the assassination attempt, you still had people like President Biden inciting people to commit acts of violence against Trump by saying that he's a threat to everything that we know and love about life. So, yeah, they created the environment that led to this assassination attempt being made. But even part of me wonders how authentic or genuine the assassination attempt is. And what I mean by that is, was this a real assassin who was motivated by his own motivations to try and kill Trump? Or is he a Fed? Is he an operative of our government or a black ops agency that's part of the deep state? And he's basically part of a plan to assassinate Trump and make it look like it's a lone gunman that did it. Because when you look at what had to happen in order for this assassination attempt to even took place, he basically got on top of this rooftop in plain view of everybody. And there was a counter sniper team in the building that he climbed on top of the roof of. There were other sniper teams around the area that could see him. They had scopes. They had him dead to rights. There were law enforcement on the ground with the crowd. The MAGA crowd was telling law enforcement and Secret Service, hey, there's that guy up there. He's planting himself to take a shot at our former president and President Hopeful. And they literally just stood there and did nothing and let this shooter take at least half a dozen shots at Trump, one of which, grazed his ear, and another one looks like it may have grazed his side because some of the footage shows he's got blood on his side as well as, his ear. So it looks like an inside job of sorts took place. I had friends texting me who normally don't talk to me about politics. I had friends texting me right after it happened who told me they thought it was an inside job because they were looking at all this stuff going, this is really screwy that this happened. Are they really all this incompetent? So, yeah, the environment for this to happen has existed for years. And the Democrats have been doing everything they could to make sure this happened. But even then, when you look at the logistics of how it went down, it doesn't seem authentic or natural or something that was organic. It seems like it was an orchestrated event.
When JFK ended up getting shot, he was actually supposed to go down a completely different road. They made sure that he was in a convertible, and the Secret Service told him to make sure that he drives slowly whenever he's going down that road with people. And it just so happened that magically there happened to be some shooters waiting for him whenever he went down that road. He did that right in front of his wife, right in front of the world. They wanted the entire world to actually see it. And strangely enough, they waited until Donald Trump was live, where there wasn't no cutaway. They could have actually shown his brain matter go all over the place. They wanted the world to see it.
Yeah, but part of the footage that you showed in your intro to this live stream, where you see Trump, going down and people going down, and you got the Rocky quotation playing as the narration. You can see in that footage Trump's first reaction was to get up with, blood on his ear, blood on his side. And even though he's got Secret Service, all around him trying to keep him down, just seeing him savagely get up and be strong and raise his fist, and you can see him mouthing the word fight 3 times. That guy's a maverick. That's what a real leader looks like. That is someone I'm voting for in a couple months. I mean, I was going to do it anyway prior to that, but a lot of people are going to vote for Trump who never would have otherwise because of his reaction to the assassination attempt.
Well, I am really, really hoping that people take this very seriously, and this isn't just something people forget in a couple weeks, and then he's put in another position where this can happen, because he's going to want to do rally after rally, and they're going to attempt it. I think what's different from a while back when they were talking crazy about him over and over was this time they were in an issue where the guy that they got in there, and I really feel like the election is rigged. I feel like Joe Biden, they knew that he couldn't handle it. He couldn't do it. And then they were out of people to use. They don't want to put Kamala Harris up. She sucks just as bad as Joe Biden. She makes no damn sense when she talks. So they know that they're in a bad, bad position. So they're thinking, what are we going to do? We have nobody. Well, let's take away what they have on the Republican side.
Yep, and that's the thing too you got to look at is the timing of this assassination attempt, because literally not that long before, Trump had just had an official presidential debate with Joe Biden. Joe Biden looked like an incoherent mess. Even the vast majority of like the pollsters at CNN's own audience, which is made up of Biden supporters and woke lefties, they were saying Trump won that debate. They're all saying Joe Biden should step down and not be president anymore. And basically he's a complete embarrassment to them. And there's no way he can beat Donald Trump in the fair election. And it's when this is all going on that Joe Biden's basically taking heat from his own media and his own people in the Democrat Party. All of a sudden, an assassination attempt is made on Donald Trump. And we're no longer talking about how Democrats don't like Joe Biden anymore. The timing's very convenient.
So here's what I predict is going to happen. And you know me, I don't make predictions unless I'm absolutely convinced. But I believe that a lot of these countries that have had invasion happen on them, there's going to be war out in the streets. I mean, major. We're talking about cops getting taken out. We're talking about governments getting attacked. I also think that we're going to be dealing with more cyber hacking where big time grids are going to start getting shut down. I think they're doing this because they want martial law. Martial law happens, then they can force it to where whoever's in at the moment will be able to continue to extend their time period. That's my thoughts.
Or like the movie Amerigeddon, you have the UN come in to clean things up. That's a movie that InfoWars was a part of making a few years ago.
So if you guys disagree with me at all, if you have another theory on how things are going to go down, feel free to do that, because this absolutely frightens me with my prediction and theory.
Yeah, I don't see things going to martial law, but I mean, it's a definite possibility. I just don't see it going that far.